Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Monday the 22nd of January 2024, the year of 1 million transactions per second or more. Buy BSV.live, probably the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online, the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Let's get into it. So let's start off with a little bit of 365 days of Bitcoin history. What has been going on today? I'm loving this series, even if I do say so myself. So here we are on the 22nd of January back in 2015. So this was day 6 of the Ross Ulbricht Silk Road trial. And on this day, Ulbricht confessed to running Silk Road. His college friends testifies. And it just says here, one of Ulbricht's biggest mistakes, it turns out, was admitting his creation of the Silk Road to a real-world friend, eBay programmer Richard Bates. And again, this was actually reported on by Wired magazine. But since I am not a subscriber to it, I found it in other websites. So it was here on Vice, Ross Ulbricht's friends. Tiffany testifies in Silk Road trial. But I found this one in Daily Dot. So check this out. Silk Road trial. Ross Ulbricht's college friend testifies against him. On the verge of tears, Richard Bates entered the courtroom just after noon on Thursday. He was there to tell the jury that Ross Ulbricht has confessed everything to him about Silk Road, the black market that grew to a multi-million-dollar empire in just 2 years. Ulbricht is currently standing trial in Manhattan on charges related to operating Silk Road, including drug trafficking, computer crimes, fraud and other charges. If convicted, he could face life in prison. Bates, dressed in a black suit worthy of a funeral, was frowning and looked profoundly upset. His voice cracked and wavered through the testimony. Lynn Ulbricht, Ross's mother, smiled as he entered the courtroom, but Bates didn't bring himself to look at the Ulbricht family. I was shocked, Bates said, when asked what his reaction was to Ulbricht's secret, and a little intrigued. Bates and Ulbricht went to school together at the University of Texas in Dallas. Bates studied computer science while Ulbricht studied physics. When Bates, a programmer at eBay, moved to Austin in 2010, Ulbricht began to ask him a torrent of programming questions. It came to the point where Bates refused to answer any more until Ulbricht revealed why he was asking. I was suspicious he might be hacking into a website or something, Bates said. So in February 2021, just after Silk Road launched, Ulbricht told him everything. I remember seeing the homepage. I saw the green camel for the first time and pictures of drugs, Bates said. Bates was a recreational drug user himself, although he says he stopped in the summer of 2013. He smoked marijuana, ate psychedelic mushrooms, and took Vicodin, among other illegal substances. In 2011, he began to buy most drugs off Silk Road. When Ulbricht was arrested in 2013, police quickly found a long list of G-chats between the suspect and Bates. It was clear that Bates provided tech support to Ulbricht both before he knew about Silk Road and for some time afterwards. Bates' testimony is ongoing, and it's not yet clear how long and how deeply he aided the site. What did you do when police approached you outside your apartment? The prosecutor asked. I lied to them, Bates said, as his head hanging low or down low. I said I don't know Ross ran Silk Road. I was scared. I didn't know Ross ran Silk Road. I was scared. In exchange for a non-prosecution agreement, Bates is now testifying in order to avoid charges for the drugs he purchased on Silk Road, under them named Mylene, the tech assistance he provided, and he said a Bitcoin exchange he was building with Ulbricht. The pressure of the operation ramped up quickly after Bates found out. Media attention piled on. Ulbricht checked in a few days after the site was featured on a national radio program. Frigging crazy, Ulbricht wrote in a G-chat conversation. You've got to keep my secret, buddy. Update 4:35 p.m. Eastern Time, Jan 22nd. Following an afternoon break, lead defense attorney Joshua Drattel cross-examined Bates. Drattel showed the jury chats between Bates and Ulbricht in which Ulbricht complained about being overwhelmed and stressed out during 2011 due to the operation of Silk Road. In November 2011, an incredible thing happened. Someone posted an article about Silk Road on Ulbricht's face wall with the message, I'm sure authorities would be interested in your drug running site. Oof, I didn't know about that. It was a friend of Julia's, Ulbricht's friend during the beginning of Silk Road. Ulbricht hurried to delete the post and defriend the person who made it. He rushed over to Bates' home and asked him if he told anyone. Bates said no, but that it was obvious Ulbricht should shut down the site. He said, I can't shut it down because I've already sold it to someone else, Ulbricht said, according to Bates' testimony. I believed him, Bates testified. For much of 2012 and 2013, Ulbricht and Bates continued to speak about Silk Roads occasionally, but the conversations took on a different tone. The previously stressed out Ulbricht now said he was chilling. Glad that's not my problem anymore. Ulbricht chatted to Bates in 2013. I have regrets, don't get me wrong, but that shit was stressful. Still our secret, eh? The cross-examination was meant to show the stark change between 2011 and 2012. If Ulbricht was less overwhelmed, Drattel implied, it was because he had sold Silk Road off and was no longer the operator. The prosecution disagreed. After Bates stepped down, they produced a December 29, 2011 chat between Dread Pirate Roberts DPR and Variety Jones, the mentor who became DPR's right-hand man. Jones asked Ulbricht who knew about his role in the site. Two people, he said, allegedly referring to Julia and Bates. They think I sold the site and got out a month ago. He said he'd never speak to anyone again, and the other, he planned to drift away from now, that he had moved to San Francisco, over 1,000 miles away from his former home in Austin, Texas. Jones said that for all the secretive motions Ulbricht had been through, he was clearly the weak link because of these two people. It was then, according to the chat logs, that Variety Jones suggested Ulbricht use the DPR moniker. Have you ever seen The Princess Bride? Jones asked. Ulbricht had, but they went through why the name was a perfect fit. In The Princess Bride, the character Dread Pirate Roberts is just a name passed from one person to another in the order to inspire certain ideas. Jones said he came up with the idea after 12 solid hours of thinking. Start the legend now, Jones advised. I like it, Ulbricht replied. There we go. That's a little bit of Bitcoin history. I'm loving that. It's just fascinating, really. So let's have a quick look at the figures and see what's going on. So we've got the real, the genuine Bitcoin, the original protocol at $73. Absolutely insane. Transaction volume is right down though, but block size is still absolutely massive. Look at this. Look at this. So let me tell you what I personally think is going on here. So it looks like Unknown Miners and Dutch Mining, Mining Dutch, are competing with one another, but it looks like the miners, so in other words, Tal and other miners, have forced Mining Dutch's hand to make them mine large blocks. Look at this. Mining Dutch, 22 megabytes. 5, 17, 10, 6, 57 megabytes from Mining Dutch. 30, 22, 111. 12, 16, 224. So that's Mining Dutch. Mining Dutch 557. That is over half a gigabyte from Mining Dutch. So finally, Mining Dutch has been forced to stop shitcoining. They're now no longer mining just shitty small blocks and effectively just chasing the block rewards. They are now chasing the block fee. This is what needs to happen. This is phenomenal. So like I said, it looks to me like Tal and other miners have forced their hand to stop shitcoining. So this is fantastic. This is amazing to see Mining Dutch now actually supporting the network and mining large data transactions. Brilliant, honestly. I can't stress enough how important that is to actually see supporting the network. Look at this profitability. Much of a muchness now, just 1% more profitable to mine Coolcoin. Who really cares? All you need is a little bit of a nudge in the price or a little bit of an increase in transaction volumes. And look at that. Transaction volume is right down at just 24%. So imagine what the profitability is going to do when transactions absolutely motor up, especially with Terranode coming on. My goodness me, the profitability is going to absolutely rocket. It's going to absolutely rocket. Imagine the block fee is going to be huge when Terranode comes on, and all these other shitcoin miners over here that are just simply chasing the block reward, well, they're going to be forced to actually process large transactions and compete for the block fee and actually support the Bitcoin network. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Fantastic news. I love what I'm seeing there. And let's just check out the mining here. So, enlarge these mining pie charts so we can see. Here we go. So Bitcoin hash rate. So this is all chains 24 hours. So we need to look where. So there's Tal 0.04. What Mining Dutch 0.03. Now, I very much doubt that a mining operation is going to reduce their hash rate. So it looks more likely to me that Tal have actually increased their hash rate. So it's Tal that are actually expanding their mining operations. Let the real hash war commence, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually what we're looking at. This is the real hash war. The true hash war. The genuine hash war. Where literally miners are competing on hash rate to win Bitcoin. And not only that, to process large blocks full of digital data transactions. Because they know what's coming. This is really exciting. Really exciting when you truly understand the figures that you were looking at. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So it's literally just 1% more profitable to mine over here, but the transactions are right down at just 24%. I mean, that and profitability is only 1% more to mine on BTC. So it really, oh my goodness. I mean, imagine a slight little price bump and the increase in transaction volume. Whoa, the profitability is going to absolutely skyrocket. Absolutely skyrocket. And the biggest bag holders, the biggest concentration, or bag holders, are the Bitcoin miners. So imagine you come running across even the Bitcoin that the powers that be have stolen from the Coinbase customers. They're going to be livid at that. And I literally mean stolen because, what they said is we're going to delist BSV, and if you don't trade it or confiscate it or convert it or withdraw it from our site, we're going to confiscate it. That is absolutely outrageous. But even the amount they confiscated from Coinbase is nothing in comparison to the bag holdings of the miners. Like I'm telling you, you literally just get your popcorn ready, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be absolutely phenomenal to watch. Phenomenal to watch. Yeah, so I hope that made sense to people. Let's have a quick look at the shit show. So we've got a market cap $1.6 trillion. Oh my god, all the BTC taking a tumble there over 7 days. That's doing 24 hours gone down as well. Look at that. Look at that. Let's just quickly check Tether. Can't really you can't really look at BTC without actually looking at Tether, can you? Because they're literally intrinsically linked. Let's have a look. Oh, burning supplies of Tether there, but look at that. Over a month. So we started off at $91.3 billion, and we're now at $94.8 billion in a month. In a month. Like what? 91.3 to 94.8. My goodness me. Well, like over nearly $4 billion in a month. $1 billion a week. I mean, look at that. Look at this shit show. Oh my goodness me. So that looks like it was, yes. So from the 2nd of January to the 12th of January, so literally over 10 days, it went from 91.7 to 95.3. Oh my goodness me. Like $4 billion. $4 billion in 10 days. Oh my god. Honestly, all I can do is laugh because it's such a shit show. But let's have a look at Bitcoin. Where are we? Oh. Price going up a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh well. Down on 7 days. But anyway, it's neither buy to buy really. Look at this. So the number of asks has gone down to 3.9 million. Just $3.9 million of available BSV liquidity globally. So the volume, so it looks like Huobi Global taking the lead there, but I mean, look at the liquidity. It looks nothing like it. Like, how can you have all these trade volumes on these exchanges that don't match the liquidity? Makes no sense whatsoever. Honestly, all I can say is shit show all over this. My goodness me. And so here we go. That was a quick 15-minute show. Hope you enjoyed it. And remember, largest court case in financial history coming up on the 5th of February 2024. Stay tuned. We'll bring you more. And until then, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.